Portland, Oregon, the strategy could not have been simpler, or more effective. The Rockets went to their Tech Wagon lineup, with 6-6P. Jay Tucker at center, spread the floor and let James Harden and Chris Paul go to work. To make the matchup even tougher, they had whomever Damian Lillard was defensively screening, forcing Lillard to switch and try to match up one-on-one. With that, Harden went to work. The Rockets faced their largest deficit of the season heading into the fourth quarter, when they unleashed Harden and blew past the Blazers, 124-117, with one of their most devastating stretches of scoring of the season. The win extended the NBA's longest active winning streak to 9 games and sent the Rockets to Houston for a 7-game homestand with the NBA's best record. Harden poured in 15 of his 48 points in the fourth quarter and Paul 10 of his 26 as the Rockets scored a season-high 40 fourth-quarter points. Damian Lillard led the Blazers with 35, but had just 2 in the fourth quarter as the Rockets' small lineup defended as they had not all night. The Rockets had seemed to get their defense back in gear down the stretch in the first half, and 3.5 minutes into the second half, took their largest lead, 72-67. But the Blazers had been far too hot for too long to not regain the shooting touch that had so dominated early in the game. The Rockets might have been able to withstand that, or at least trade punches, but while Portland hit threes at Rockets levels, the Rockets misfired badly. The Blazers made 7 of 12 threes in the third quarter, nearly outscoring the Rockets just from the three-point line, while the Rockets went 1 of 7 from deep. The 36 points Portland scored in the third quarter matched the most the Rockets had allowed in a third quarter this season and sent the Rockets to the fourth down 14, their largest deficit through 3 quarters this season. The previous largest was the 13-point hole they escaped to beat the Warriors in the season opener. Needing to get their offense going, Rockets coach Mike D'Antoni went to his 6-8 and under lineup, spreading the floor and letting Harden and Paul go to work with little help defense to slow them. Paul and Eric Gordon started the run, cutting the lead to 9 when Harden returned with 9 minutes left. Harden then took over, scoring 9 points entirely by going one-on-one to reduce the Portland lead to 1 heading into the final 5 minutes. As with the Rockets' first half run, the Blazers responded with Lillard nailing a long 3. The Rockets kept scoring and briefly led by 3 heading into the final 3 minutes, but by then, the Blazers had spent the night making jumpers and had enough left for the Rockets to have a game go down to the final minutes for the first time with Paul on the floor. The Blazers had built their early lead with some sensational shooting, the sort that the Rockets could only hope would cool off with their defense nearly powerless to change. But the lead grew when the Rockets began breaking down defensively as they rarely had, save the start against the Knicks, in the winning streak. There was little the Rockets could do about the Blazers' remarkable three-point shooting early, with Portland making 6 of 10 threes in the first quarter to score 37 points, too shy of the most the Rockets had allowed in a first quarter this season. The Blazers took the lead to as much as 11, however, when the Rockets had issues that were not entirely from Portland's excellence, losing players on cuts to the rim and giving up second shots far more often than they normally do. With 5.5 minutes left in the first half, Lillard drained a three and the Blazers had their largest lead, 57-46. But finally, the Rockets locked down in the half-court and grabbed the rebounds when the shots that had been falling missed. The Rockets ran through a 10-0 run, interrupted only when Lillard drained a three from 29 feet. When Harden ended the half with a mid-range jumper and a pair of free throws, he had 28 points and the remainder of Portland's double-digit lead was gone with the game tied at 62. The Rockets came into the game 3-3 in games in which they faced double-digit deficits. But the Blazers' offense had rolled long enough that it seemed certain to be that much more difficult to slow, or at least likely to finally force the Rockets into a close game.